All right, guys, Wes here. Welcome back to the channel. And today we've got a bunch of big news to talk about for Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty. As you guys know, we got a bunch of news out of Gamescom where we learned a ton about the brand new gameplay and features that we're going to be getting during the 2.0 update, as well as Phantom Liberty's expansion. So we're going to talk about everything. We've also got a brand new interview from IGN that gave us even more details for Phantom Liberty as well. So we're going to go over all of that and so much more. We have a ton of news and information to go over for Cyberpunk that you guys don't want to miss. So check the video chapters to optimize your viewing experience. Also, if you want to win a PS5, I'm giving one away once we hit 130,000 subscribers. We're about 1,000 subs away. And if you guys would like to enter, it's super easy. All you have to do is subscribe to the channel, comment your Twitter handle, tweet me proof that you're subscribed, and I've got the full details in the pinned comment. We are just about a month away until the 2.0 update for Cyberpunk that's going to change the game for the better. And alongside the 2.0 update, we're also getting the Phantom Liberty expansion, which is the new spy thriller that will be taking place in an all new location called Dogtown. And holy crap, does Cyberpunk look so different. Did you guys see that trailer? It looked awesome. Now, before we unpack that, let's go ahead and give you guys an overview of everything that's about to go down with Cyberpunk 2077. So first and foremost, we have the perk overhaul. We're going to see a total overhaul of all of the perks in Cyberpunk 2077. Skill trees have been rearranged and we'll have to redistribute our points. Your perk points will also be reset by default, but in addition, we are all going to be able to do a single attribute reset as well. Now, in the Phantom Liberty update, we're going to get a new skill tree that will be related to the relic. Now, I'll be talking more about the relics, but in order to upgrade them, we'll have to seek out Militech data terms that are hidden around. Vehicle combat has gotten a big upgrade. We'll be able to shoot from our vehicle, wield a katana on a motorcycle. There's going to be car mounted guns, rocket launchers, hack other cars, and shoot your guns out of a window. But if we decide to, mess around and find out, the police system has been overhauled as well. NCPD will no longer take it easy. Get ready for car chases, as well as severe repercussions for violating the law. Police will have a tiered system, so basically the harder you go, the harder the police will get. So essentially just take all of the knowledge you have about Cyberpunk from your first playthrough, throw it out the window, because the game will look nothing like it did back whenever it first initially launched. So next up, I'd like to go over some details we got from the CDPR Red stream that you guys might have missed. So first and foremost, yes, you will be able to immediately start Phantom Liberty if you guys would like to on a brand new save, just like how the Witcher Blood and Wine expansion worked. If you guys would like to start just from the expansion, whenever you select start a new save, you'll be able to essentially skip most of the main story until you get to the point of Phantom Liberty. But unlike the Witcher, you'll be able to create your character and then start right exactly how you want to, and then from there you'll be able to attribute all of the skills you would like to with your character. Maybe the skill tree points will be randomized. I doubt that. It wouldn't really make sense, but we'll have to wait and see. Now, Phantom Liberty will have the relic skill tree. It'll have Dogtown, the new location, the gun mounted cars, car gigs, airdrops that are all exclusive to the Phantom Liberty expansion. So if you guys would like to do those things, you will have to pay for the expansion. Now, as we mentioned, relic points will also be scattered around Dogtown via the Militech data terms. So if you guys would like to find more Militech data terms, you will have to explore to find them. Next up, there's also a new mechanic that's called the adrenaline mechanic, and that gives you a momentary buff that gives you extra health and special abilities. And the more special abilities you use, the more health you gain back, which I think is awesome. Now, I'd like to reference this Reddit thread right here that goes over some examples of mechanics working together. For starters, there will be perks in the tech tree that allow you to push your cyberware limit called Edge Runner, which is very fitting. But if you go above that limit, you get into Fury mode where your health lowers. But if you continue to use that with the adrenaline mechanic, then you will keep going as long as you're aggressive and keep fighting. If you guys remember the COD game mode Crank, that seems like it's similar to that. Now, the Fury state will not make you lose control of your character, so it's not full cyber psychosis. Basically, every melee weapon will have its own special attacks and finishers. Along with that, you'll be able to target the cyberware of enemies, as it'll work as a weak point for enemies. Destroying the cyberware will have an AoE-like explosion. Monowire will be able to apply and spread quick hacks via attacks. Optical camo will have an upgrade that pulls you back to where you enabled it. For all of my degenerates out there, Dogtown will have casinos and you could have fun there. They didn't specifically mention gambling, but the implication is there. This thread goes on to say that Dogtown will have distinct districts. The police will chase you, and if they lose you, then they will keep searching for you around the area. And just like GTA, there's going to be icons on the minimap of where the police are and what area they're currently searching. Next up, we have Max Tac comes down via AVs. Police can hack and disable your car if you try to escape. Max Tac can hack and reveal your location if they lose you. Also, the difficulty of the Max Tac is set to hard, even if you have the game on easy. A new aspect of the police AI is they have different tactics, such as they'll T-bone you or set up roadblocks. Now, if you plan on playing as a netrunner, you're going to be able to hack and control enemy vehicles. And the more advanced of a netrunner you are, the more quick hacks you have access to, allowing you to utilize the brakes, lose control of the vehicle, detonation, and remote control. As we talked about earlier, you're able to run from the police, but it's a lot more difficult than the current iteration. There's going to be a ton of dynamic events going on around Night City, and the player can choose whether or not to interfere or not. Police responsiveness will depend on what district you're in. Now, unfortunately, there's not going to be any type of bribing, and Dogtown will have the bar guest instead of the police. In the Badlands, it will be called the Militech. And next up, we have some exclusive stuff to Phantom Liberty to talk about, and that is the car gigs. Now, these car gigs will be exclusive to Phantom Liberty, and they're essentially just going to be vehicle boosting. El Capitan will contact you when you enter Dogtown and will assign you to the task of grabbing cars from around Dogtown as well as Night City, and you have to bring them back to the garage. Other gangs will be fighting you for the cars and vehicles. Now, if you guys want those cool gun-mounted turrets and RPGs with your vehicles, you will have to do car gigs to unlock those new cars. Now, some cars you have to follow, and others you get them via fighting other gangs. Others are time sensitive. Like I said, if you've ever played GTA 5 online and you boosted a car on that game, it's essentially that. Along with that, you'll have to lose the tail of gangs or police before you deliver the car. Muammar will comment on the condition of the car if it's a wreck by the time you deliver it. Next up, another big aspect of Cyberpunk's 2.0 update is net running will be significantly changed. They wanted to focus on the player doing more net running, so you're not constantly having to combine it with gunplay if you don't want to. You're able to queue up hacks on enemies, and smart weapons and monowire will have synergies with the net running, and the developers said it has a very different rhythm to it. The level cap has been increased to level 60, and street cred will stay at 50. The 2.0 update will be released before Phantom Liberty as well, and the red stream in a few weeks will be more focused on cyberware, armor, and enemy AI, as well as the new mechanics and systems of those categories. I've got a link to the Reddit thread in the description, but now let's go ahead and talk about the new interview with IGN and CDPR. So the first question was about the levels that we'll be able to play in because we're in a new town and new area of Cyberpunk. Tell me about it. To which the game director said, yes, Dogtown is ruled by Kurt Hansen, and he is the de facto colonel from the new United States. He sees the area and he rules it with an iron fist. He's like a militia leader, and he exploits with various different weapons, dealing and trading, and other black market goods, and some of which the player can get a hold of. So generally speaking, we wanted it to have an oppressive feel. The communities are ruled strictly, if you will, but at the same time, the NCPD and the corporals are not allowed there, so it's a place that some unsavory characters escape to. The interviewer then followed up with, can we be some of those unsavory characters? To which the game director said, certainly, it's a role-playing game after all. If you start committing crimes or getting out of order in that area, he will send his units after you, and he can escalate it and escalate and escalate. And they can even bring out APCs, vehicles with mounted weapons, and so on and so forth. The next question was, vehicle combat is a big addition to Phantom Liberty. How did that influence the streets and quests of Dogtown? To which they answered, yeah, so I mean, you're able to go from location to location. There's a lot of dynamic events that can happen. Some deal with black market goods. There could be some airdrops or some caravans, and you can intercept them. And there's an emergent encounter that happens from it. You can get some loot, find some goodies, that kind of stuff. They followed up asking, what will players get if they intercept one of those airdrops? Do they get new weapons? To which the director answered, yes, you can get various new weapons. You can get new upgrades, skill shards, things of this nature. It's a surprise, it's an RPG, and there's even some little story segments, as well as Easter eggs. The interviewer then asked the question, if you were a new player, would you play through the main story first, or just jump right into Dogtown with the Phantom Liberty expansion? To which the director said, the most fun is definitely both parts, but we're introducing so much in 2.0 that you get for free without Phantom Liberty, so it's the best time to come back. The next question was asked, what was your favorite part of the 2.0 update that you're excited for players to get their hands on? To which the game director said, the police system and how that it is very organic and it escalates to where, like I was saying, at certain points, they'll start bringing out the big guns, vehicle combat. You can get into a fight with a max tac, and there's 5 different types of max tac archetypes. 4 of them come down in the Navy at once. They can hack your vehicle and stop you. So that's probably the part that I'm most excited about. They continued by saying, I'm equally excited about all the new ways you can play, the new skill trees. You could be Terminator now. The interviewer then asked the question, is this the last expansion for Cyberpunk? To which the game director said, yes, this is the last big expansion, and we'll have smaller updates afterwards, but yeah, and then it's going to be Cyberpunk 2. The last question was, what was your favorite weapon that has come out from this next update? To which the game director responded, I'm terrible at remembering skill names and weapon names because we've changed them a few times through development, but there's a new sniper rifle in Phantom Liberty, and it's very inspired by the spy thriller genre. From everything that we have seen and heard about the Phantom Liberty update for Cyberpunk, this update is about to go crazy. I'm a huge fan of the spy thriller genre as well as Idris Elba, and I could not be more excited for the Phantom Liberty update once it drops on September 26th. But yeah, guys, that's gonna wrap it up with this video. If you enjoyed my coverage of Phantom Liberty, do me a favor and like this video. Subscribe to the channel with your notifications turned on so you don't miss out on any future videos. Don't forget to take advantage of the PS5 giveaway. Check the pinned comment for those details. And until next time, this has been Wes, and I'll talk to you guys again soon.